Now, welcome back, dear readers, because we are going to talk more about Charles Dickens' timeless classic novella entitled A Christmas Carol. Well, please recall that we find ourselves on Christmas Eve. And also, please bear in mind that our evil and miserly protagonist, Ebenezer Scrooge, is a greedy, grouchy, and stingy old man who has been watching his only employee, Bob Cratchit, all afternoon. 所以你有可能记得那个 Scrooge 很抠哎。And so anyway, Bob had begged for a day off on Christmas, and Scrooge had very unhappily granted Bob his wish. However, he had also told Bob to return earlier, the following day. Also, remember that Scrooge had a partner named Jacob Marley, but that Jacob had been dead for 7 years to the very day on the Christmas Eve we are talking about. And as we said earlier, Scrooge had gone to a tavern and had eaten his lonely Christmas dinner. And upon arriving at Marley's house, he had seen a green reflection on the door knocker when opening the door. Now, it is a fact that there was nothing at all particular about the knocker on the door, except that it was very large. It is also a fact that Scrooge had seen it night and morning during his whole residence in that place. Also, that Scrooge had as little of what is called fancy about him as any man in the city of London. But Scrooge, looking at the knocker, suddenly saw a strange green light and the face of his dead partner Marley looking back at him. Okay. 那我们等一下，我们要同情他一下哈。我们虽然不是很喜欢 Scrooge， 因为他很抠，做人不什么好。但是 imagine 你如果回去的时候，你看到一个鬼在你的门上，你会怎么样呢？这是 Scrooge 的感觉。他说：“哦，我的妈呀，这是什么东西呀？” Shocked, surprised, and too grouchy to be bothered by ghosts, Scrooge said, "Pooh!" and bah humbug, and slammed the door. And Scrooge locked the door. He sat down and began to eat some gruel. Cold, he went to the tiny fireplace for warmth. Old and built by a Dutch merchant long ago, the fireplace had tiles that were painted with quaint scenes from the Bible. Now, looking at the tiles, Scrooge was terrified to see, believe it or not, Marley's head on every one. OK, 那我知道我们在台湾不会那么冷，但是 London 那边是那种很的苍凉的地方，你会冷死了，所以家家都有壁炉。那 Scrooge 回去的时候，吃饭的时候他也很抠，所以他不要花太多钱呢 to buy wood, right? 所以他就是到他的壁炉的旁边。冷死了，开始发抖。那后来呢？他看到什么？在每一块瓷砖上看到 Marley 的头。那你会怎么样？恐怖的代志哦。然后呢 ，Scrooge 说什么呢？你一定要学这个字。said Scrooge, chewing on his snack and thinking about the strange green reflection. Scrooge's eyes focused on an old bell in front of him. Now the bell began to swing left and right, and then all of the bells in the entire house started to swing. The ringing sound was so loud that Scrooge shouted, "Bah humbug!" Then, after about 5 minutes, from far down in the cellar, Scrooge heard mysterious clanking sounds. OK, 那所以 Scrooge 差不多5分钟之后，就听了叮啷铃啷铃啷之后，他突然从楼下，他听到一个声音呢，很奇怪的声音，很多链条。那些链条 是非常非常的神秘的感觉。He's like, what's going on, man? Now it sounded as if someone was dragging a chain around, and strangely enough, attached to the chain were iron boxes. 这是什么声音啊？好可怕齁。Then, all of a sudden, the ghost of Marley, with a transparent body, appeared in front of Scrooge. Mercy, he said. Why do you trouble me? Yelled Scrooge. It's me. In life, I was your partner, Jacob Marley. I don't believe it. You may be an undigested piece of beef or a bad potato I've eaten, said Scrooge, thinking that he was sick or hallucinating. 所以他不相信这个东西是否是真的。Listen to me, said the ghost, and convinced Scrooge that it was real, and not just Scrooge's imagination. I'm here today to warn you, said the spirit. Warn me of what? You have the chance to escape my fate. If you don't listen to me, you will be haunted by 3 spirits. Jacob, asked Scrooge, is it really you? The ghost said, yes. Then it said that Scrooge needed to change his miserly ways and help rather than hurt people, or he would suffer the same fate as he had. I think I'd rather not, but I don't want to be haunted like this, said Scrooge, angry but terrified. 鬼出现就跟他讲说，卡塞里哦，你要小心哦，以后你要跟我一样。可是 Scrooge 他死不肯，他说我不要改。那个鬼在难过，他说 Okay, said the ghost sadly. So Scrooge stood there, spellbound, unable to answer. You will be haunted by 3 spirits. Without their visits, said the ghost, you cannot hope to shun the path I tread. Expect the first tomorrow, when the bell tolls 1. What? Said Scrooge. Marley's ghost continued speaking. Expect the 2nd on the next night at the same hour, the 3rd on the next night when the last stroke of 12. Look to see me no more, and remember what has passed between us. Then, walking backwards to the sound of cling-clang chains, the ghost disappeared out of the window that was slowly opening for it. Marley's ghost then made a moaning sound, and looking out the window, Scrooge saw and heard thousands of ghosts, grunting, crying, whooping and wailing, all across London's foggy, dark, and dreary horizon. The air was filled with phantoms wandering hither and thither in restless haste, and moaning as they went. Every one of them wore chains like Marley's ghost. Some were linked together, none were free. Many had been personally known to Scrooge in their lives. Scrooge, still cursing, but scared, got up and checked, closed, and locked the window. He then checked the door and saw that the ghost had gone through it because it was still locked. Bah! Said Scrooge, and exhausted, climbed into bed and fell into a long, deep, and silent sleep. 所以 Scrooge 发现那么多事情之后，他的头脑就累死了，所以他就我想睡，我爱困了，他去睡觉，他睡了很久。So, what will happen next in our scary, shocking, and supernatural story? Will the spirits really visit Scrooge the next day? Watch our next video to learn more about what happens in this timeless Christmas classic